All right, man. Maurice Hooker loses to Blair, the Flair, Cobb. 10 round unanimous decision. He was dropped one time in the first, two times in the second, I believe it was. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notification, increase your chance of notification. We go live or drop a video. Hit the hit the link tree to find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcast, the whole nine. All right, so you know, it doesn't look like Maurice Hooker was there tonight. That's what it look like to me. It don't look like he was there tonight. Um, Looks slow. Um, he looks slow. He looked lethargic. His feet was heavy. The defense was trash. Some people on Twitter saying he was a shot fighter. Some people were saying, he wasn't there because of the tragedy that happened. Old girl passed away. Um, so but it don't matter. People gotta understand. Um, People don't want to hear the excuses, but people gotta understand that that these dudes gotta feel that feed their family, bro. He didn't know when the next opportunity was coming. Like people say, why did Gary Russell fight with a hurt arm? Just like just like people when they was getting, the virus, how they couldn't afford, not to take off. People could not afford not to take off, and that's why we got to get out the mindset of one, your job being your main source of income or your only main source of income. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out of that. You got to have multiple revenues. There's so many just hustles and ways that you can do it. Even if it's extra 1,000 a month, that could be all the difference in the world. That can be all the difference in the world. But um, Blair Cobb movement bothered him. The difference between Rocha and Hooker, Rocha knew how to cut the ring off. You know what I'm saying? And Maurice Hooker, his reach might be too long. I know that sounds like some bullshit crap, but his reach might be too long. Cause he like to mix it up on the inside, bro. He like to mix it up on the inside. He don't know how to keep people at the end of his shots. He like to mix it up on the inside, and his arms too long to be mixing it up on the inside. Blair Cobb shots got there the whole time while Blair was just countering him. He was dipping, coming back over the top. He was dipping to like his weak arm or his strong hand. He was like dipping to his left, coming with a right, or dipping with his right, coming over the top with the left. And Maurice Hooker standing straight on up. If you're gonna stand straight up like Maurice Hooker, hands up, chin tucked. But if you're gonna stand tall, you gotta use your reach from the outside. And he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He should have made Blair. He should have been boxing and moving and making Blair Cobb come to him. And he should have been countering Blair Cobb. Or if he was gonna be aggressive, come behind his jab. But he don't know how to do that. Apparently. Apparently he don't. And all Blair Cobb did was just counter. He knew his shots would get there. He knew that he was making himself a smaller target by squatting down. They both defense was a little leaky, but Blair Cobb knew when he was throwing hard shit, he was getting out the way. Where Maurice Hooker was throwing stuff that was hard. That was hard. He was staying there with no defense and not bringing his hands back home. That was the difference. Blair Cobb would throw a couple good shots, and Blair Cobb would get the hell out the way or get off the line. Maurice Hooker throw a hard shot instead of bringing his hands back home and stepping out of range. He'd stay there like he was stuck in mud. And Blair Cobb movement bothered him, and then also he didn't make the weight. That should tell you everything you need to know. He wasn't in the best shape. He probably wasn't doing nothing since this last fight, which was the Virgil Ortiz fight, and it showed. They probably called him, so we got a show in Dallas rescheduled. He probably got 6 8 weeks, if that, and he starts training. And when a fighter don't make the weight, it ain't never a good sign. It's never a good sign. You know, especially when you in there fighting a dude who gonna move. Of course, if I know somebody struggling to make weight, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna make them exert as much energy because you know them chasing me, they gonna get tired before I will. And Blair Cobb should have closed the show. You know what I'm saying? Blair Cobb should have been more, start going to Maurice Hooker and pressing the action. He wouldn't have had to go 10, but he don't have no killer instinct. He should have closed the show. He should have came forward. He should have been clubbing with them overhand lefts and rights all day. Shoe shine to the body, rip up top. Losing to Blair Cobb, this is an embarrassment. This was a true embarrassment. But you knew when he missed the weight, you knew what time it was. You knew what time it was. You knew he probably was gonna lose when he missed the weight. You know, he looked lethargic. He looked like his legs were stuck in mud, like he didn't want to be there tonight. And credit to Blair Cobb, he had to put the work in, to get to that point. But he should have closed the show out. He left an opportunity to build on his fan base by not closing that show out. He missed a huge opportunity. He gonna need a huge opportunity. You're gonna need to close. I mean, take opportunities to close it out. You know, and he didn't. He moved around. Versus somebody that knew what they was doing, how to cut the ring off. Blair Cobb gonna learn how to have to be stationary and hold his ground. But Maurice Hooker losing to Blair Cobb, man. Now people gonna start screaming, "You need to retire. You need to retire." What he need to do is stay his ass in the gym in between fights. That's exactly what he. Now he's a stepping stone. He ain't even stay. He's a stepping stone now. If you ain't gonna be all in, dedicated, training, and staying in some type of shape, then you don't need to be boxing no way. You don't need to be boxing no way. No, he always should be in some type of condition where you can strip down the weight in 8 weeks at least. You know, but losing to him and now it's time to retire. You can't lose to this guy. You can't lose to this guy. You just can't. Now people gonna be on retirement. You done. You finished, and maybe you should be finished. Because if you ain't gonna stay, you want to cocked in one in the chamber and stay ready, condition wise and physically, you know, you need to get out the sport. But people saying, well, Bomag, man, ain't no good coaching, this, that, and the third, and I'm gonna address that. Because y'all don't even know what y'all be talking about. But nonetheless, check out the Fire Reaction playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Make subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live, we drop a video. For any you want to support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check the Fire Reaction playlist for more videos like this. Shout out to Blair Cobb on a good win. Shout out to Philly. Peace.